Hi, welcome to Madelyn Goes to a Play, the quarantine episodes. In this episode, I'm going to be covering conversations about an empty suit. And there's a little bit of a complex backstory to this. I wrote this one, and I was so looking forward to doing an episode at the theater, but obviously that did not happen. Conversations about an Empty Suit opened March 13th and closed March 14th because of the pandemic. And this play has a very interesting history in that I wrote it around the time I gave up theater for the third or fourth time. I tend to do it occasionally. And I was really grappling with the idea of success and failure. And this play is very personal and dug into that idea of, and it really is about when you get to a point in your life and you suddenly realize that you have not achieved what you thought you were going to achieve. Where you didn't win the Oscar or the Nobel Peace Prize, you're not on the cover of Forbes, and making peace with that. Because I think we all get to a point where suddenly you turn around and you're like, oh my God, this is my life, and you take stock of it. And so I'm going to read the synopsis because I can. Because it's my channel. In an industry where most never make it, what is the definition of success or failure? Abby is a success. Artistic director of a small storefront theater in Chicago, happily married. She gets to do the work she loves with talented artists. Peter is a success. Emmy Award-winning showrunner, writer, and director, wealthy, influential. He has made it the top of one of the most competitive professions in the world. Faced with the death of their college professor, former students Abby and Peter find themselves debating the meaning of artistic success, failure, privilege, self-doubt, and how to find peace when your achievements have fallen short of your dreams. So we, Three Brothers Theater, where I am a resident playwright, mounted Conversations about an Empty Suit. And we got a sublime, fabulous cast, and it was just golden. It was just wonderful rehearsal process. And then this whole coronavirus thing started happening. I was like, oh, interesting. And then obviously Tech Week, shelter in place, quarantine, all of this was just exploding. And so, like I said, we opened March 13th. And then did a second performance, closed March 14th. Our wonderful director, Judy Blue, had an idea to film it. But we were already sheltering in place. So Judy and the cast went all in and filmed on Zoom this play. So each person does their lines at their home in a Zoom window. And this is a tough way to work, and they nailed it. I mean, it's a very tight ensemble. They're just incredible. And Judy edited it, put it together. And so yes, so it is a play that you will watch, and it is on YouTube. And you can go to YouTube and just put in, if you have one of those voice remotes, you can just say YouTube Conversations about an Empty Suit, and it will pop up the first little box. So when you start watching it, and I obviously have watched it, it's challenging at first because people are talking to each other, but in their own individual boxes. But after, I would say, about 5 or 10 minutes, it begins to sort of melt away, and the story starts being told. So go to YouTube and watch it. The actors are Abby Brennan, Amy Kleiman, Michael Volner, and Matt Lloyd. And they're fantastic. Also, a couple of things. If you're looking for monologues, I write great monologues. I do. All right, great dialogue and great monologues. So if you are a woman, late 40s to late 50s, those are monologues. If you're a young woman in her 20s, any race, great monologues. A man, either African American or white, monologues if you're in your 50s to 60s. And also, if you're a theater company, it's very easy to produce because there are very few props: donuts and coffee cups and candy bars and beer and wine. Kind of like a good party. Yes, and if you do go and watch and enjoy, I also invite you to donate to Three Brothers Theater, fabulous theater that actually walks the walk of producing new work. And okay, so that's that. That's my recommendation. So do that. Okay, now I'm doing books, and they have a little bit of a hook, a theater hook. And I have decided, since I covered my play, I'm going to recommend one of my favorite books. And it is Anna Quinlan's Still Life with Breadcrumbs. Oh, I love this book. Every so often I reread it. I keep it by my bedside. And why it ties in with Conversations About an Empty Suit is it explores, it's about a woman photographer who has had success and is of a certain age. And now she's stuck. And I think many of us find that, suddenly you look around and you have the resume that you wish you had when you were, 20, and but you're like, but no, I'm barely making it. And but it's having success, and then you still grapple with creativity and relationships and accomplishment, and how do you keep creating and connecting and caring for parents and this and that. Like I said, it is such a good book. Still Life with Breadcrumbs, Anna Quinlan, and of course I am going to put in the comments and all. You can get this at Books on Call New York City Bookshop for $14.72. This is a woman-owned business based in New York City, and it supports local booksellers, so you can feel really good about ordering this and getting it. So, okay, that's this episode. Conversations About an Empty Suit on YouTube, produced by Three Brothers Theater. Remember, kick them a few bucks if you can. And Still Life with Breadcrumbs. And thanks. Be safe, be healthy, take care of yourselves. And so someday I will be out again searching for parking, hitting Storefront Theater in Chicago. Thank you. I'll see you soon.